Hi everyone, welcome to my other video. In this video, I'm going to talk about concurrency mode in React. So let's get started. Now, what exactly is concurrent mode? In a nutshell, it is a set of new features that allows React to work on multiple tasks simultaneously. Traditionally, React updates its entire component tree in a single pass, but concurrent mode allows it to pause and resume rendering, making the app more responsive. Okay, now I'll be writing some code, breaking it down step by step so you can see exactly how to leverage concurrent mode in React applications. So here I have already one React application that I had created using Create React App. And inside this app.jsx, I will delete everything from here and I will type RFCE that will create one snippet for React functional component. Now inside this div tag, I will need one tab section. So I will create that tab section using some buttons. So here I will write those buttons. The first button will be the home button. So on clicking on this home button, it will just show the home section. So on clicking on this button, I will simply call one function that I will create later, that is select tab, and into this function I will pass the tab name, or you can say the button name, as parameter. So here at first I'm passing home. So I'll do the same for the rest of the buttons. That is the second button will be for post, and I have to pass post here, and the third button will be about, and here I have to pass about. Now I will write one div tag, and inside this div tag I will cut and paste these three buttons. So I'm wrapping with div tag so that these three buttons stay side to each other. And then I will apply some CSS, like I want to apply the display as flex. So here I have to write style display as flex, and after these three buttons I will give one horizontal line. Now I will write the method that I'm calling from those button on clicks. So the method name is select tab. Now this select tab actually takes one argument, that is the tab name. So here I'm simply writing tab, and on this function I will simply update one state, that is the state of the section or the selected tab. So I'm writing selected tab and set selected tab, and here I will use the local state. So for that I'm consuming this use state and setting the default state as home, because I want the home section to be displayed at first. Now on clicking on these buttons, I'm going to update the state as their names. Now in this tab section, on each button click, I want to show some section. Like if I click on home button, it should show the home section. So I have to create home component for that, because I want to show the content of home section from home component. So here I'm writing RFC that will create one React snippet, and simply I will return this is a home component from here. And here I will check the state of selected tab, and if that is equal to the string home, then only it will render the home section. So here I will import home and use that home component, and otherwise I will use null here. Now I'll copy this whole line and I will apply for both post and about section. So here I'm changing the post and about, and for this post and about I need to create those components. So first I'm creating this post component, and here again I'm writing RFC that will create one snippet, and simply for now I'm keeping this post component as it is. Later I will change. So here I am importing the post component, and on checking this post component it will show this post component. And I am creating this about component, and again I'm writing rfc for the snippet, and here I'm simply returning this text, that is this is about component. And then finally I'm uh, importing this about component for this selected tab equals to about check. Okay, now it should render the exact section on each button click. Now I will test this whole thing. I will write npm start, that will start my React server. So here the server has been started, and I will move to the browser. Here you can see the home component at the beginning. Now if I click on the post, it will show the post component, and if I click on about, it will show the about component. Now I'm going back to the VS Code, and here I will make some changes in the post component, because this is the only component that will make you understand the concept of concurrency in React. So here first I will write let items equals to one blank array, and then I will need one loop that will run up to 5000, and inside this loop I will keep pushing into this items array. I will keep pushing one component, so and to create that component, so the component name is slow post, and here I will receive one prop, that is index. Inside this function I will write the logic to slower this component. So I will write let start time equals to performance.now, and in while I will write performance.now my start time is lesser than 1, and inside this loop I will do nothing. I will simply return some list. Okay, now I will write li, and inside that I have one content, that is post, and I will get this index, and I will keep increasing this index that I will pass from here. Okay, so here I'm writing slow post and passing the index, and I'll pass the key. Now inside this return I will simply return these items that returns nothing but the list of slow post. So here I'm using the slow post component for 5000 times, right? So for performance refactor, I want to memorize these component values if the prop is same. So I will use React memo. Now I'm going back to the browser. Here you have to carefully notice why without applying the concurrent mode, we get many user experience problems. So here I have three buttons. If I click on this home button, it will show me this home component. Now if I click on this post button, it is not showing me the post. Rather, it is stopping me to click on this about button. Now if I try to click on this about button, it is not happening. But after some time, you can see this about component. See, the about component is there. Now the thing is, in this post component there are so many slow component, so it is taking time to render this post component. After that only we can see this about component. So this transition happens so fast that we cannot actually catch it. Now I will click again on the post, and it will show all the post after some time. So this is a very bad user experience, right? Where I need to wait for other component to render it first, then only we can perform any tasks, and until then the UI will be blocked. Now this is the perfect diagram of how the legacy rendering or rendering without concurrency mode works. Now coming to the solution of those bottlenecks, how we can use React concurrent mode feature to make this user experience better. So first I have to go to the index.js file. Here, see, we are using create root, which is a part of concurrent mode. This is the first step to unblock concurrent mode in React. And this way of rendering has been introduced with React 18. So the concurrent mode comes with React 18. Even the earlier version of React had this feature as an experimental option. So from this, you come to know that, okay, the concurrent mode is enabled in my React application. Next, my task would be how to apply its feature. So for that, I'll have to go inside app.jsx file and use a hook that is useTransition. So this useTransition hook helps breaking down the UI updates into smaller chunks so that the app feels very snappy and responsive. Here I will get isPending and start transaction from useTransaction hook, and I will use this start transaction inside this method. So this is the method which is getting called on every button click. And on each button click, I'm just updating the state of the selected tab. Now I'm writing start transaction, and inside the start transaction, I am updating the state. Let's go to the browser and see these changes. So here I can see this home component. This is my default component. Now if I click on this post button and then quickly click on this about button, you can see that I can quickly see this about component. Earlier, I have to wait for the post component to get loaded or get rendered. Then I could see the about component. Now, if I do the same for post to home, I have click on this post button, and then suddenly if I click on home button, I can see this home component. Now, this is actually helping me to keep interacting with the UI without getting blocked by some other component rendering. Okay, so there is one more issue that we can consider. So this is the home component, right? So currently we are inside the home section. Now if I click on this post button, then we have to wait for the post component to render here. So until then we see that we see the home component. So here the user clicks on the post button and expects the content of the post should be displayed. And if the content is not loaded yet, then at least loading should be displayed. So this is actually not expected, or you can say this is not a good user experience. Now to fix this issue, we can simply apply React Suspense to the app component. Now inside this app component, first I will comment this post import. So I'm going to lazy load this post component. So for that, I will write const post equals to react.lazy, and then I will import the post component. So the post component is available in the same path. So I will here write post, and before that I have to give the path because it is in the same directory. Now this is the lazy loaded post component, and here if I will use this post component as a React suspend, or you can say under React suspense. Now I'll go here. I will wrap this post component, that is the lazy loaded post component, inside this React suspense. Now in React suspense as a fallback, I will show one paragraph as loading. So until this post component gets loaded, it will keep showing this loading text. Now I will go back to the browser again, and here I have this home component as a default tab. Here if I click on this home component, I can see home component, and if I click on this post, I can now see this loading text until all the posts have been loaded. So this is way better user experience. Now if I click on this about component, I can see the about component. If I click on this home component, I can see the home component. So right now the user experience is way better. The transition is more better. The transition is smooth. and this way you can make better user experience. Alright, that's all for today. If you found this session helpful, don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you.